Hey there, all you Barlow addicts out there, looking for the next Barlow. Welcome to episode 8 of One More Barlow. One more beer! Yes, that's right. Back at it. It's been 2 weeks since I did a episode, and it's been about 2 weeks since I've showed this knife. I just kind of did a viewing, didn't really do a review of it at all. So I wanted to give a closer look of this case. Purple Barnboard Barlow that a lot of people have, and they are out there. I'm very glad Case has finally released this. I've mentioned before I'm not a purple fan, but this is a very nice purple. Before I get started, let's highlight the beer for episode 8. Wow, that's a lot of beers. This is Icicle Brewing Company Dragon Tail IPA. It is 6.7%. It is brewed in Leavenworth, Washington. It's an awesome German town with a lot of crags and rock climbing and lakes. It's kind of near Lake Wenatchee where I hung out last summer. This one features Cashmere, Mosaic, Citra, Asaka, Eldorado, and Simcoe hops. Also, Pale Pilsner and Flaked Oak malts. Probably only find it in the Northwest. I don't see them distributing this across the country. Very good IPA. Chose this because it has a nice purple color. I don't know if you can see that. And purple to the mountains. So, let's get into it. You've all seen these on other reviews. Jersey Knife Guy has one. A lot of people have one. Uncommon EDC. I got one. It's my first Case Barlow. It's a fantastic one. It has a cool bat shield here. Yes, I call it a bat shield. It's not. It's the Case coat of arms. The Rasputin's Castle mentioned that it looked like the Manta Ray shield. They had them on another series. So you might have seen it before. It's a very small shield. And Pete, Jersey Knife, mentioned that it just doesn't work well with the Barnboard pattern. I think it's fine. I kind of wish that it was just a little bigger. Or at least take it away and then, do an etching or a stamp in the front bolster. It is nice to have a clean front bolster, though. But, I'm not disappointed at all. It's a great knife. It's very good looking. I just found it odd. I mean, I could always pick up their jackknife, or their copper lock has a bigger shield. But I thought it was an interesting choice. But I'm not a designer at Case. This one is in True Sharp Stainless. I wanted to make a comparison with the Frost Barlows. This was $69.99, so $70 Barlow. The Frost Barlows are $11 and change. Big difference. But are they? Is it that big of a difference to you? Back springs are absolutely perfect. I think I saw a light at the top there. Whatever, for a Case, this is exquisite. Awesome polished back springs. You do see like a little narf there. I've noticed on a few other reviews of other people having this knife. It's the same thing, and I understand it's really hard to keep these perfectly shiny polished back springs perfect. But, something's happening in the process where you get a little narf. That could be polished out, no worries. Again, True Sharp stainless steel walk and talk is fantastic on this. It's really weird on the angle of this. Maybe if I got to where the camera was. There There we go. Blade's perfectly centered. Very happy with it for a case. You know, 0 gaps. So a minor scuff that I can polish out. Like I said, I've seen them on other people's knives. Here's an awesome look at the purple Barnboard. See if I can get in there without it being too blurry. It's a really nice purple. Got a little white in there. You can see some white on the sides. It's a nice dark purple. Very well done case. Thank you very much. They have a red one that's going to be on sale eventually. It doesn't have a shield. I don't think it has a stamp on the front bolster, but it has some writing on the blade. Not everybody likes that. So I had pulled this out the other day, and I'm just really blown away. My camera's at an angle, but they are the exact same length. The blade shape is almost exactly the same. The bolster length is exactly the same. They both have pinch front bolsters, but the case does have a little bit more of a pinch. Looking at the pins, you can see the difference in the pins. The case has an extra pin for the covers, and then the pins on the case actually look better or bigger, but maybe they're not. They're actually a little, I mean, you don't feel them because they're recessed, but you can see the difference there. So that's one difference. Another difference is obviously case does the best bone, and this is really nice bone by Frost, the Ocoee River. It's a very good looking blue bone. I have green bone, I have buffalo horn, I have ox horn. They all look really good. Case blows my mind with their bone covers, if you like them. Another difference here. This is 440A stainless steel. This is True Sharp. Nobody knows, at least I don't, what True Sharp is. Is it better? We all hope so. This is a $70 knife. This is about a $12 knife, $11 and change. So hopefully, I'm not going to do a cutting test to see which is better, but the True Sharp is not just 440A, which I doubt it. Maybe it's 440C. I have no idea. You can tell the blade grind on the Frost is a little inconsistent. It's not bad. There's some recurve to the blade. You can see how the blade grind is heavy there. Gets a little different toward the tip. The case is pretty consistent. It is a little light here toward the tip. The tip's not quite as pointy. So are these things, worth that much to you? This Frost, perfectly center made blade. The pin blade is off to the pile side. I do notice the pole is about the same. They both have half stops. The walk and talk on the case is just smoother. Everything's so polished. It is very smooth. It's not grindy. The Frost is not grindy at all. Like there's grit in there, but it's just not as smoothly polished. Is that worth $58 to you? Now, if you want a Barlow to take to work, not worry about it, a user, these are great for $11. And they look really close to the case. Now, the Ocoee River by Frost is not going to hold its value. Or maybe it will. Maybe it'll always be worth about $10 unless it breaks. The case, on the other hand, is probably going to hold its value and go up. Because before they released this, I could not find a case Barlow for under $100 on eBay. So this will not go down in value. It's a collector's piece. They call them users. I will eventually use it, bring it to work. But what is $58 worth to you? Now, if you have the money and you want a nice Barlow for your collection, this is a great choice. If you don't have the money and you just want a beater user, something to practice sharpening on, this is a good choice. But I noticed the walk and talk, it's not gritty. It's actually just not as smooth as that. There's like you can feel it as you open it. It's a little notchy. But is that worth $58? I mean, you're getting just hair differences. You know, the case has better quality materials. We hope so. And it's smoother walk and talk. And it's a higher polish. Is that worth $58 to you? I'm not knocking Case here. I am a big Case fan. But I just wanted to point out the differences. If you want a good-looking, good user Barlow that you don't have to worry about if you lose it or if it gets confiscated because you forgot you had it in your pocket when you went out to that concert. This you do not want in your pocket when you go to a concert. So, this video's getting long. I just wanted to point that out. I didn't even pull out the pen blades. Let's do that real quick. I mean, just how close these frosts are to the case pattern. And I've noticed that in other, and granted, I know that patterns have been around. There's no real patent on it. But just look at how close they are. The pen blades are almost identical besides the grind. The bolsters, almost identical besides the pinch. The case has an extra pin. So, thank you for joining me for episode 8. I know I should have highlighted more on this beautiful knife here. Let's do one more walkthrough. Flyby. I'm looking forward. I'm glad they're bringing the Barlow pattern back. They're going to make lots of money if they can keep the quality control like this one. They will make lots of money because these have already sold out at a couple of places. They're still available at Shepherd Hills if you are interested. Thank you for joining me for episode 8 of One More Barlow, One More Beer. Have a great night.